What's up, ladies and non-ladies? It is Cerealkiler back again with another ToaH floor for you. This time we're going to be doing Veromos's floor. Some people seem to have no problem with this floor, then some people seem to have a lot of problems with it, so I figured this might be a good one to record. Hopefully you have some problems with it, and hopefully there's a super simple tip that will make this thing worlds easier for you. So first we got wave 1, which is basically a boring AFK wave. I really can't see anything bad happening here. You don't need to bring anyone special for this wave, so you basically plan your team around wave 2 and wave 3. Now on that note, I have not abandoned my theory that the Water Taoist is the greatest thing since the beginning of time. I'm bringing the Veromos here because of wave 2. I think the Water Taoist would do the boss fight a little bit better, but I think Veromos is going to save us like 6 hours on wave 2, so I brought Veromos. Hopefully the stuns will be enough to not screw us up too much on wave 1 and 3. I don't think it's going to be. I've actually got this thing going on auto on this wave because there's absolutely nothing going on. I'll probably auto the first portion of wave 2 and then manual the last little bit. I think that'll go a little bit faster for us so we can cut some of the unneeded fluff out of this video. And now that I think about it, when we do get to the Rinas stage, I'm going to pause things and then I'll run the tape faster. I'll run it at like 2x so we don't have to sit through the Rinas for quite as long. And these guys are almost dead, just using your normal boring Baretta and crowd control team that we all know and love. I'm going to go ahead and stop using special abilities now. I want to go into the next wave with everything available to be used. So I kicked it back over to manual and then just started auto attacking stuff to death. This floor right here, I'm going to go ahead and speed everything up right there. We're going to go the same basic route. We're going to kill the Bryans first, and then it's going to take like 6.5 hours to kill the Rinas. This is why I brought Veromos in here. Baretta, A, is fairly terrible at dotting water monsters anyway, and B, Veromos' single target dot application is actually quite a bit, potentially more dots per turn than Baretta on a single target. Obviously, Baretta does a much better job when you're hitting, 5 targets. But we're going to AoE down all these Bryans, and then we're going to switch to killing the Rinas one at a time. One Rina bubble is going to take like 4 or 5 dots just to clear the bubble, and then you want to have a few more dots on there to actually do any damage. It looks like we got the left one in a decent spot before the Bryans fell down. Both the Bryans are dead already. And that Rina's not going to die. They take such little damage because of that giant shield. Look at that. I don't even know if this wave will kill it. We might need to go one more turn. Actually, she's so low on attack bar, that Rina should die this wave. And then hopefully we'll get the Rina after that on the second wave. So this actually ended up not being so bad. I specifically remembered this floor being a problem with the Water Taoist. Not that it was hard. It's just I have good crit on my Water Taoist and good crit or decent crit on Spectra, and Basalt has a little and Baretta has a little. The last time I fought these guys without a Veromos, it took forever to kill the 2 Rinas. So we brought Veromos instead of what's his name? Gildong. 1 Rina down, 1 more Rina to go, and then we can get to the good tasty bits. I'm going to go ahead and push this one all the way through, but I'm hoping one little tiny bit is going to save you guys a lot of struggle on the boss floor itself. Basically, my kind of, hint for you guys or whatever is that the HwaDAMN's passive, resurrecting everything, or I guess in essence preventing everything from dying, combined with the Perna's self-res, is what makes this thing really scary. If you kill everything via dots, the Taoist passive won't proc. So you'll still have to kill the Pernas twice, but you'll only have to kill the HwaDAMNs first. Now, the second half of the fight that makes it a little more complicated would be the healing from the Pernas. If you let them get a turn, even if it's crowd controlled and they're stunned, they're still going to heal everything for a decent amount given how much life these guys have. So I tend to go for the Pernas first, depending on how Baretta's stuff lands and how Veromos' stuff lands. Sometimes you'll kill a Perna first, sometimes you'll kill a HwaDAMN first, but then the Pernas will come back up and you'll have to kill them again. So as far as actual stay down deaths, generally the HwaDAMNs die before the Pernas die, because the Pernas will pop back up. So I'm going to go ahead and focus on just piling dots on that left Perna right there, and then keeping all the trash crowd controlled. Now another thing that should be relatively simple to do, especially if you can bring these 5 monsters, or at least a comparable type thing, is you want to keep Veromos taunted the entire fight. His auto attack is not going to cause much of a problem. If he gets off a nasty AoE stun and happens to stun everyone, it could really mess up the flow of everything. So on top of dealing with all the dots, you want to taunt Veromos forever. Now we're not so much interested in killing Veromos or doing damage to Veromos, just keep him taunted. And then once he's taunted, you really don't even have to worry about his attack bar. I'm probably more worried about knocking the Perna attack bars back and preventing heals than knocking the Veromos attack bar back, because I don't really care if he auto attacks someone. Yeah, he hit that Basalt for nothing. We'll find out. He's probably actually going to hit my Mav a little bit harder, because my Mav is pretty squishy and my Basalt is extremely tanky. So we'll see how that goes. There's like very little chance that he's going to kill the Mav, but he might actually hit the Mav hard enough to where I want to kind of keep his taunts focused on the Basalt. I'm still going to throw all my taunts on him in the beginning, because more important than anything is that he is taunted. Once he is taunted by either of them, then I can always try to taunt him with the Basalt to overwrite the Mav taunt. And yeah, you see there, the Veromos actually kicks the shit out of that Mav. The Mav does have the self-heal, so after the Mav heals, he probably takes about as much damage as the Basalt would have if the Basalt just took the hit. So it's really not going to matter to me either way who takes the Veromos taunt, as long as I'm not stacking a Veromos attack with like a Perna nuke or anything like that. But realistically, these Pernas shouldn't be much of a problem, even if I get an attack off, mainly because they don't have 9 sets of violent runes on them. So they're going to hit you one time, and then probably not get a whole lot done. So there's that first Perna death right there. You'll notice none of the HwaDAMNs did any of their cool shit, because the Perna died from dots. So we're going to go ahead and reapply all those dots onto the Perna. The one annoying thing is that when it does die, it wipes all those dots, so you kind of have to start back over. So I kind of want to focus on this left Perna just to get something dead and out of the way. Even then, yeah, that left Taoist and probably the right Taoist is going to die for good before the left Perna does. The right Perna might die the first time, but then it's going to come back and then have to be killed a second time. So that right Perna is almost guaranteed going to be the last thing on the field. And Veromos is doing actually a really good job of keeping everything stunned for us. I've gotten so used to the Gildong where I can basically guarantee that almost everything is stunned. It's nice that Veromos is doing pretty good. Veromos is like 4 billion% shittier at stunning the world than the Gildong is, but he's putting in good work for us. And we got some help from all the attack bar stuff, and the Baretta is getting some despairs every once in a while. So we're not seeing basically any incoming damage here. My Spectra's taking damage from himself from using the nuke, and then either Mav or Basalt is taking damage from the Veromos taunt. I don't think we've had a single Perna or HwaDAMN turn yet. We might have had HwaDAMNs. I don't pay attention to them as much. They're going to do their AoE shit, and it's not that big of a deal. Nice. Because the enemy does not have a Spectra to combo that into death with. And actually, I don't even know if the light ones, now that I think about it, I don't have a light one. The light ones might not even have the cool Sands of Time slow / stun thing. I don't know. I'll have to look into that after this floor. Either way, nothing's moving. They can't do anything if they want to. This fucking Perna. So right here, you don't want to hit that right Perna and kill it under most circumstances. Right now, it probably wouldn't be the end of the world, but it would proc the passive from the right HwaDAMN. But if we just let that Perna die from dots, that right HwaDAMN won't do anything to the Perna. The fight is under enough control that if we did kill the Perna with direct damage and the HwaDAMN passive procced, it would save the Perna and, you know, basically put the HwaDAMN an inch from death, so it's not going to ruin us. But if you just run in here guns blazing at the beginning of the fight and try to kill a HwaDAMN, you've got the other HwaDAMN to protect it, and then the two Pernas to keep procking and healing it. It is very hard to just, you know, come in here Rambo style and start murdering shit. The way you want to do this is just Baretta the universe down. And again, at this point, having a Veromos in here helps stack those single target dots. I don't know if I would have brought him just for that, because I'd probably rather have Gildong's superior stunning, but we brought him for the Rinas, and it's going to end up being a nice side effect here. So now both the HwaDAMNs are down. We've got the passive res on cooldown for both the Pernas. This left Perna is probably going to die on its next turn, and got a despair stun. Right now, when we don't need like any kind of magical luck, we're getting, you know, Baretta and Veromos stunning the shit out of the universe. I'll end up needing it on like the ragdoll floor, and then they're just not going to get any work done. So you'll see there, I let that right Perna get a turn off, and it healed the left Perna for a pretty sizable amount. I earlier told you that I thought that left Perna was going to die, and then once that heal went off, it didn't look like he was going to. I almost got him anyway, but he'll definitely be dead the next turn, even if the Perna got a heal off. But if you'll notice, the left Perna has more attack bar than the right Perna, so the left Perna is going to get its turn first. That left Perna is dead already. I really shouldn't be hitting it, but I guess I just want it super dead. Get a taunt off on the Veromos, and then just start piling dots into this right fire chicken. And we've actually got, well, it's pretty over at this point, but we've got Veromos stuns left over. I like it when it's Veromos' turn and we're not using his AoE stun. That kind of lets you know that things are under control. What you don't want is for it to be coming up on the opponent's turn, them not being stunned, and you to not have the ability, or for it to be coming back soon. I like it to be there ahead of time, so you kind of know you have a little bit of leeway. This poor Perna is just not going to get anything done. I turbulenced the Veromos right there because I actually want the Perna to be getting a turn, because the Perna turn is going to end up being what kills it. Not this particular one, it's probably going to have to go a second one, but I want it to get these dots to tick. So that'll go, and I think, and then Veromos gets him again. This is a perfect one to record. Veromos has a 100% AoE stun, guys. It bypasses resistance, applies every time. Super, super awesome mode. Just today on this floor 70. Everywhere else, it is shit. This Perna is dead. I think once the Perna dies, I'll go ahead and speed the video back up again, because this Veromos is going to take an hour and a half to kill, because I don't have my Taoist in here for an armor break. And now that I think about it, the extra time saved on wave 2 from bringing a Veromos to get the extra dots might be getting counteracted by not having the armor break from the Taoist. And the trash is definitely safer with the Taoist than the Veromos. So I don't even know if this was a better option than the water Taoist, but the other 4 monsters are gold, and then you bring your stunner with you. I'm going to go ahead and pause this thing and start fast forwarding through this. Alright, I think that should be set up. Yeah, it's working. So now we can save some time watching my guys blindly punch this Veromos in the face. Tempted to push the auto button, but given how hard he hit the Mav, let's see what it does. It's probably... Oh, shit! So, that is a bad idea. That took Mav down to like 0 hit points, so we're not going to do that. We're going to just have to manually push this ourselves. Shouldn't take too long. I've got the game going faster in the background, so we'll be done here. Then I can get my Devilmon, and I can put it into my Ethna, who I don't think you guys have seen yet, and I'm going to make a farming little video for her because I am loving her as a farmer. And this Devilmon that this Veromos is going to give me is going to be my last skill up into Shatter, hopefully, not some other useless shit. And I'm going to be very happy that my damn AoE on Ethna is finally skilled up. I've been 1 skill up away for like the last 3 or 4 or 5 Devilmon, and it keeps going into her auto attack or her nuke. Which sounds good, but her nuke hits so damn hard, like there's no reason for it to hit harder. I want her AoE to A, hit harder, and then B, I want it to be on a 2-turn cooldown instead of a 3-turn cooldown, which it's on now. That's going to be pretty insane for farming, I think. This guy's just about finished. Alright, let's get our Devilmon. Let's put it in Ethna. Let's all cheer and be happy when it goes into Ethna. Crowd goes wild. Do it. Fuck you. Oh my god. Oh. So I've been at 5 out of 6 for like multiple Devilmons. She was on a roll going through the Devilmons the way I wanted them to, and it wasn't happening. We got a scroll. We can get a fucking Wind Lizardman to just top off the video. Ooh, lightning. Lightning. Fucking Emma! I got an Emma. Oh. Hall of Heroes, beware. Oh, and I don't have full food for her, but I have like 9 or 10. I think I have 9. Yeah, I changed my mind there. But I got 9 skill ups for that. I'm going to level that right now with all these 9 billion experience scrolls that these guys are giving us from this dice event. I got to awaken her like yesterday. Actually, her skill, and it's not like she gains an ability or whatever, but I will awaken her soon and hopefully have her before the next Hall of Heroes for you guys. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good one, guys.